First of all, any marketing that we put out, it needs to speak to the patient, not to the dentist or team. And what I mean about that is we need to send out messages, images, concepts, things that are important to the patient. For example, if I were to send out a postcard and I listed on the postcard on bullet points, things like 3D cone beam scanner, in-office lab, Ceric, same day technology, things that are important, dentist graduated from XYZ University. These are things that are important to us. Right now, if anybody has anything about OSHA or sterilization techniques, patients just assume that. That's not important to them. What we need to do is make sure things that, or if you have pictures, let me back up. If you have a picture of like a tooth up close, the public don't like to look at teeth. They don't like to look at them up close. They want to see images and they want to see important things about them that speaks to their lifestyle. So they want to see a picture of a family that represents them, or a mom and a kid who's smiling, but not up close teeth, because people don't like to look at teeth. They like to look at, oh, they look happy. Look how pretty their smile is. It also needs to have information that's important to the patient. Are you gentle? Are you caring? Do you have financing options? Do you have extended hours? Are you open on Saturdays? Like, these are the things, and we tend to market to the public, or dentists tend to market to the public, things are important to us, when really the person we're trying to get to pick up the phone and call is the patient. So we need to make sure we're speaking to the patient. There's also an advertising rule of 7. It takes, and you can read about these online, this is not just dental, this is all marketing. It takes people 3, 5, 7 times to see something before they're going to respond. So that's where if you send a postcard once, you cross your fingers and hope that it works, it's not going to work. People need to see things 3, 4, 5, 7 times before they're going to respond. So you would need to make sure that you're doing repetitive marketing. You need to understand that you only have seconds to make an impression. I mean, think about when you go through your mail. I just got home from a 5-day trip, okay? I have a stack of mail down in my garage that I have to go through tonight. How long am I going to give every postcard in that mail? Like, I don't even know what the statistics is. 1 second, 2 seconds. If it doesn't make an impression on me, it goes right in the recycle bin. So you have to make sure that your website, your postcards, your advertising, it speaks to the patient and it makes an impression on them to get them to stop and pay more attention to it, to really read what it's about. You have to make your product accessible, make it easy for them to call. You have to make it easy for them to find you. You have to make sure that they know what to do when they get your advertising or they call your office. There's a lot of postcards I get from other dental offices that there's so much information on there. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I don't even know what offer they're offering. It's not clear. You have to make sure that your product, which is come to our office, we'll take care of you, is easy for the patient to find. You have to communicate well and you have to communicate often, which is that repetitiveness. And you have to have a call to action. What do you want the person to do when they get this ad? Do you want them to click here to learn more? Do you want them to call today to make an appointment? You need to have some sort of a call to action. And then another basics on marketing is just putting the right product in the right place at the right time. And that's where I was talking about that you need to be in front of them when they need you. So making sure that you're using, and this kind of comes down to, we're going to talk about, mailers versus like internet. If your office is similar to mine, we have older patients and we have younger patients. So the older patients might need direct mail, older, people in the area, and the younger ones might need, internet marketing. So you have to make sure you have the right product in the right place at the right time. So I suggest that you have a mix of marketing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I know some offices that we put all our money towards social media, our 5 or 20% or whatever towards social media. Like I just said, we have different demographics. I mean, unless you're in an area, unless you're in like a Silicon Valley where everyone's a .comer and everything should go on the internet, or maybe you're in a really rural community where everyone is, older and mail postcards are the way to go. And even in that case, I wouldn't even say putting it all towards direct mail, because I know that my 68, 70-year-old parents are on Facebook, so there's little options there. But don't put all your eggs in one basket. Mix it up a little bit. Determine who your target patient is and market to them. You need to say, all right, we want, we have 50% of the patients are in their 30s, and 40% are in their 40s, and determine what kind of patients you want, and then what kind of marketing medium is best for them. And then, of course, internal marketing is part of the mix. And I'm not going to talk about internal marketing, asking for referrals, asking for reviews, having things in your office. We did that on the past webinar, but that has to be included into your mix of marketing. And then I suggest that you have on every marketing piece that goes out, we're always accepting new patients, because you guys know, when we pick up the phone, one of the questions that the patients ask us is, are you accepting new patients? And we want to laugh, right? Of course we're accepting new patients. So one of the things I suggest is on everything that you send out, we have it on our voicemail, we have it on postcards, we have it on our website, always accepting new patients. So that way the patients, the people who are coming to or see our marketing know we're a friendly office welcoming them as a new patient. All right, so here's some examples of what I was talking about with marketing mistakes. So I sent mailers once and it didn't work. Like I said, you need to send repetition. You need to make sure that you're going out regularly. And if you do it once, put all your eggs in one basket, it didn't work, it's probably not going to work. You're better off not spending your money on marketing if you're going to do it that way. The other thing here is, if you see the one here in the green and yellow, they're advertising Invisalign, Lumineers, Ceric, Sapphire. I mean, patients might know what Invisalign is. That's become kind of a common word in the average household, but Ceric has not. I mean, same-day dentistry possibly. Lumineers definitely has not. And I don't actually personally know what Sapphire is. And I work in the dental office. It's probably a whitening, right? But this office is sending out flyers or brochures, and they're spending a lot of money. It's really pretty and colorful on things that don't matter to the patients. So make sure that you're marketing what matters to them. Like I said, we did the shopping carts down there. We did it at across the street from our office because we had just moved into a location by a grocery store. We got 0 patients who called in and said they saw us on the grocery cart. Now, we did it as part of branding, about kind of just getting people out there, seeing our name, seeing our face. But when the patients, where the prospective patients are out buying bread, milk, and stressed with their kids, and they're running around, they're not thinking, oh, look, dentist, let me pick up the phone and call them. So that didn't work for us. I mean, we did it for branding, but it did not work as a marketing piece. And then, like I said, with Baltimore, I have Baltimore Magazine here. San Diego Magazine came into my office when we first opened. Same concept. Do an ad in our magazine. Well, the problem with that is you spend a lot of money on those ads. They only go out once a month. Okay, so if it takes people 5 to 7 times to respond, it's going to take you 7 months of paying for that expensive ad. And then if your magazine's anything like ours, they're full of dentists. They're full of ads for other dentists. So you really get buried in there, spending a lot of money in the hopes that you're going to stand out when really you're not. So I would rather spend the money on something that's going to have a bigger impact and spend less money, or be able to have more repetition doing something else, than investing in a magazine like that only gets sent out once a month.